Hello Year 1 and welcome to your maths learning today. I hope you have had a lovely week off and a lovely break and a good rest so you're ready to learn. So again, we're following the routines that we did last time. So we start with our retrieval and then I'll go through onto your learning. So retrieval is just recapping something you have already learned. Okay, so see what you can remember. Retrieval is can you tell the time? So there's 3 different times here on the clocks and see if you can tell the time. If you can look at your calendar, be interesting if you've carried that on while you've been off over the last week. So what day is it today? What day was it yesterday? And what day will it be tomorrow? And remember to pause when you need to, if you need to answer any of these questions, write anything down or discuss with somebody else. Then moving on to the month of the year. So what are we in? What month are we in? What month was it last month? What month will it be next? And then think about this extra question that I've added for you is what is the season? So we are learning so this is our learning for today. We are learning to order length. So let me change that to order length. So how can we be successful? So to be successful today, we need to be able to understand what we mean by ordering and what length means and how we order length. So some questions here for you to think about. What do you know about length already? What is length and what does it mean? Just to prompt you with that, okay? So, again, just here to help you a little bit, what do we mean when we order the length of something? What does that mean? And how do we order the length of something? So you might have already discussed that with somebody. And then if you pause here, then I'll reveal the definition for you in the next slide. So length is how long an object is. It is the measurement or extent of something from end to end. Okay, so looking at something. The length of something was how long something is from end to end, one end to the other, okay? So here's some examples here for you to have a try. So can you put these into length order? So you can have these drawn out, you can print these slides off, or if you want to, you can just number these. So if you print them off, number them, you can put them into order, or you can just talk about them and say which order they are, first, second, third, and put them in order that way. Okay, so can you put these into length order? And think, are you starting with longest to shortest or shortest to longest as well? You can choose. Okay, so hopefully, if you've done that correctly, we'll move these around now. You should have them in this order. Okay? So I've done it from shortest to longest. You could then do it the other way and have them in this order, longest to shortest. Both is okay. The next slide then, I've got some different lengths now, different length lines. Can you put those into order? And pause here to do that in whatever way you would like to. And then now we're going to have a look at them and put them into order. So it might be longest to shortest or shortest to longest. I'm going to do shortest to longest first, like that. So well done if you got that. And then longest to shortest, just move them around a little bit there. There we are. And longest to shortest. Okay, so well done and thumbs up if you got that correct. Okay, so your next little task or activity is, can you cut 3 strips of paper into different lengths and then order them? Okay, so they need to be 3 different lengths. Okay, so you can choose them however you would like, and then can you put them into order? And then explore them and see how, and you can choose how you order them. You might want to move them around and do shortest to longest and then longest to shortest, okay? So how could you order those strips of paper? I'll leave that to you. If you want to move yourself on a bit further, maybe you want to try 4 or 5 strips of paper, okay? If you haven't got that, you can use objects or you could use string or something like that. It's just easier with the paper because it's flat. So there's some questions here for you to discuss with somebody or to answer or write down. So how did you order the strips of paper? Are the strips of paper central? So did you order them in the middle of your page or did you line them up and measure them from the same point? Because that's really important when you're measuring, that they're measured from the same point, and then it's easier to see, okay, which is the shortest and which is the longest. When you look at my lines here, can you see that I've started them from the same point to measure them? So it's clearer and easier to see which is the longest and which is the shortest, and to put them in the correct order. So have you ordered them from longest to shortest or shortest to longest? Can you talk about that and share that with somebody? And then why is it better to order them from the same point? So can you remember? Because I just spoke about that. So why is it better to order them from the same point? And then some fly high challenges here as always, so just challenge your thinking further. So here, can you circle the longest line? And then I've got a little extension on there to challenge you a bit further, as I like to give you that choice. Can you draw a shorter line? And can you draw a longer line? So can you add some lines in there, a shorter one and an even longer one? Okay. Then there's some more questions here. So can you, or activities for you to attempt, can you find 3 objects, put them in order of length, so household objects, it can be anything. Can you put them in the correct order? You can take photos of those. Can you compare the length of objects using the correct language? So talk about it. Which is longer, which is shorter? Is that one longer? So is the pencil shorter than the book or longer than the book? Okay, use that comparing language. Your reasoning question then, it says pick up your book, or it can be a piece of paper, and can you find 5 items in the room or around your house that are shorter than it? And then can you find 5 items that are longer? Okay, little hunt for you to go on and find some objects. And can you talk about them using the correct language or record that in written sentences? So here's a binary, just what have you found and ordered in length? What have you found out today? How have you ordered them? And then how do you know it's the shortest? How do you know it's the longest? And why have you ordered them in that way? And can you explain your thinking? That's really important that you can explain what you have been learning today. Okay, so what about ordering length? And as always, here's the parent support link email. So if you can send any of your learning from today via that email, then your teachers can respond, give you some feedback, and we can see how you're getting on, or if you need any help. And remember, we love to see your photos of your learning, so please do share them.